Welcome back to Healthy and Happy. Thank you so much for joining me again. I really appreciate it. Before we jump into this week's episode, if you will do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button. Become a subscriber. It's free. So is all of the content. And that way, any content that we post that's not for public viewing, you'll get that as well. And if you turn on that notification, the little bell, it's going to tell you when new content has been posted. So you're not, constantly having to check back. And then if you'll give me the thumbs up, if you like the content, or comment down below, I'd greatly appreciate it. And with no further ado, we're going to jump into this week's episode with Mitch. He's going to be doing some more meal prep. We're going to do a beef burrito bowl. Super delicious, super easy. He walks you through all the steps. We'll also link the recipe down below. And then following that is a killer arm workout with Alexa. If you do it all the way through, you will feel the burn. So let's go.
Alright y'all, so today we're going to talk about prepping a ground beef burrito bowl. So we're going to start by chopping our pepper. I usually slice the top off, and once I got that off, I kind of take out all the stringy inside parts. So I'll kind of chop on the inside of those, make sure to clear it out so I don't have any seeds or anything like that in there. Next we're going to rinse out the inside of the pepper, get any additional seeds out, kind of clean the outside portion of it as well. Then we're going to slice down the middle, and then I'm going to dice it or slice it into some thinner pieces that'll kind of make our fajita veggies, and I'll do that for both sides. The thinner you can get here, the better. I usually like those peppers a little bit thinner, and that way when they cook down they make really good fajita veggies. Then we're going to slice down our onions, so we're going to cut the ends off of it, and then we're going to kind of slice that outer layer off on the outside to get all that tougher skin off of there. We're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to take out that tougher middle portion since we don't really want that in our pieces when we're cooking them down. And then we're going to, just like the pepper, we're going to slice it nice and thin to create those, those nice thin fajita vegetables. Like I said, the thinner the better. We're going to do this on both sides of the onion, and then we'll combine it with the peppers in the pan that we're going to saute them in. As you can see, you got some nice thin slices of onion here. Next we're going to start our ground beef. We're going to put plenty of taco seasoning in there. You can use whatever kind you want. I usually use McCormick. And then we're just going to mix that into the ground beef real nice here. I usually put it around a 6 or a 7 on the heat on the oven just to kind of let it cook a little bit quicker. As you can see, we got a ton of ground beef here. If you're cooking for yourself, you probably wouldn't have this much. We're cooking in the kitchen for a bunch of people. As you can see, this is what it looks like when it's all cooked, all said and done. You got it all browned. You don't have any more red pieces in there. And you got it all nice and cooked up, and you got it chop it down to nice smaller pieces. We're also going to season the veggies, so the onions and the pepper will both get taco seasoning as well. Obviously we got a ton of onions and peppers here for our meal prep clients. We're going to stir those in as well as you can. Once they cook down, you're going to be able to stir them a lot better because they'll kind of get quite a bit smaller as they cook down. But stir them in there real good on both the peppers and the onions, and then they're good to go. Once you got everything all cooked down and ready to go, I usually want them at a real cooked consistency. They're going to be kind of browned and really kind of soft. You're going to combine the onions and the peppers together and just mix all those together. You're going to kind of combine them all for our, to make our fajita veggies. You're not going to really separate them when you're putting them in the bowl, so I just mix all my peppers and onions together into one big pot. You can see the consistency here. They're real cooked. And then we're going to add our rice. I didn't show how to make the rice this time. You can do it in your rice cooker if you have one. That's what we did here. Or you can make it in a pot, which you can see our meal prep video for the chicken stir fry if you'd like to see how to do that. Add about a cup of rice, about 160 grams here. Then we're going to add in our peppers. I usually do about a cup of peppers. Once again, with the veggies, it doesn't have to be precise, but you want about a cup of vegetables with each meal. So about a cup of those veggies, and then we're going to finish it off with 4.5 ounces of ground beef to finish out our meal here. I got my scale, zeroed it out, and then added on my ground beef till we hit 4.5. And that's how to make our ground beef burrito bowl. And you can also add a nice crema on top or sour cream if you'd like.
Let's kick off our arms. We're going to start with some lateral raises with Alexa. We're going to start with 10 reps down to 1, then 9 down to 1, 8 to 1 until you get 1 out of 1 reps. Next up, we're going to do some butterflies. These are 10-pound weights. We're going to do 10 reps down to 1, 9 down to 1, 8 to 1, all the way down to 1 out of 1 reps. Let's do some kickbacks. Again, we'll go with 10 reps down to 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, down to 1, 8 to 1, until we get all the way to 1 to 1 reps. Let's do some lateral raises. These will really help with those summer arms that we're trying to get. Again, let's go to 10 reps down to 1, 9 to 1, 8 to 1, all the way down to 1 of 1 reps. Let's engage our triceps. Again, we'll start with 10 reps down to 1, 9 down to 1, 8 down to 1 until you get 1 out of 1 reps. Let's get in some traditional bicep curls. Again, let's start with that 10 reps down to 1, 9 down to 1, 8 down to 1 until you get 1 out of 1 reps. Almost finished. Let's cool down with some circular arm motions, stretching out our arms, and just relaxing our heart rate. Good job.